Say, Legacy of Phrecia is extended in tentative timeline for 326. So they did mention this some time ago that they were going to extend the Phrecia event by about 1 month. And today they have some tentative timeline update for 326. So we're going to talk about this real quick. It's a little short snippet of text. And I'm also going to explain why you'll see me playing Path of Exile 2 starting from the time of this recording, which is today, which is Wednesday. That's what we're going to do in this video. Let's crack into it. So, Legacy Phrecia event Path of Exile 1 is in full swing. Due to its popularity within the community, we are extending the event by a month until April 23rd PDT. I think that's great. I think it's perfect for the people that are enjoying Phrecia event, that are focusing more on PoE 1 than PoE 2. I think this is nothing to complain about. My biggest concern was that this might end up delaying other things, or that they're trying to do that, but it doesn't seem like that's the case. It seems like they are still posting out things on schedule as promised, which leads me to believe that we are going to see the 0.2 patch sometime at the end of March, which is what I'm hoping for. So we'll see how that goes. If you feel the extra month will not be enough to try out the builds you wanted, you'll be able to further experiment with the Phrecia content with a set of private league templates that we'll be making available at no cost. Again, no cost. Usually this costs the currency that they have in PoE for MTXs. They're allowing you to create private leagues to further play in this event if you want to at no cost. I think that is a really cool thing. So I think that there's definitely going to be content creators that will be rather focusing on PoE 1 rather than PoE 2. And if you want to play something yourself, have your own little group of friends to play with, you can do so. You don't have to pay anything. I think this is a good step from GGG to allow players to do this. And I kind of also emphasizes on how much they are not doing this for the money, because they might as well just charge for this. They're not. They're like, okay, well, if we end up in this position and people want to play this over PoE 2, let's just give people what they want for free if they want to do so. And they're doing that. And I like that approach personally. After the end of the event on April 23rd, we'll be adding a list of these private league templates, which will be available for a month. Each event will have a limited 20k player slots, and you'll be able to create as many as you want while they're available. We'll reveal more details as well as the full list of private league templates in a few weeks. We would like to share the tentative timeline for the 326 expansion. We're looking to launch the expansion in June, so you might expect us to begin talking about it sometime after the end of Legacy of Phrecia. We have solid plans for 326, and we are sure you'll love it. Stay tuned. So they're basically telling us that they have a tentative timeline for 326. So again, not set in stone. Let's not jump the gun yet. But they are looking to launch the expansion in June. That is for 326. And this is kind of confirming to me that they're not going to delay the PoE 2 content update, which I'm hoping is going to end up in the end of March. Worst case, early May. Oh, sorry, directly after March, sorry. In April month. Doesn't work out in my brain right now. Apparently, anyways, so I think we're going to see that happening. And then we know we have some D4 stuff's happening. We know we have Last Epoch. I mean, there's season 1.2 coming out on this early April as well. 2nd or 4th, right? Very excited for that one, actually. So I'm excited for this, obviously. We have no news on the exact timeline for the PoE 2 stuff. However, we do know that they are currently running another 3 races, which is a Kill Doriani Act 3. Every Sunday for the next 3 weeks. 1 more coming up this Sunday, and then another 2 after that. So I'm kind of excited. So I don't think we're going to see the 0.2 patch coming out until after those races are over. So that's it, another 3 weeks from now before we'll see a 0.2 patch, is for my best guess at least. So why am I back playing Path of Exile 2? So here's the thing. Phrecia event was very fun. It was very limited in terms of minion stuff. So I think that they have a ton of cool things out there. So I was talking to wife Dota as well about it. He was in my channel before. He made an Ancestral Commander version of the Spectre build. I made a Paladin version. I saw a guy made an Antiquarian version. It was really cool things. And we all ended up in the same position. Basically, every minion build we've done so far has been worse than the original Ascendancies. Now, I'm not saying that they're much worse, because I'm face tanking tier 17s without Asvalden on my build, having a lot of fun with it. I saw Wife Dota having a similar approach to his, slightly lower clear, slightly lower damage, but better defenses. And mine had better clear, better single target, or better damage, sorry, output, but had slightly lower defenses. And it's just, they're really cool builds, they're working fine, but in the end, they're all just worse than the Necromancer. Same thing for the other Ascendancies. The Puppeteer wasn't that fun. I think that the one build that I saw that emerged that kind of needed the Ascendancy from Phrecia was the Permanent Vol Absolution build. I'm not personally a big fan due to the Adoriani approach, because I like the Sublime Vision Watcher's Eye setup for it. But I will say, taking my personal preferences aside, the build was really cool. And I think that's one of the new builds that we've seen. We did in the Puppeteer version. The Arakali, for example. Sorry. The Arakali version, or the Servant of Arakali, rather. I was very excited about that, and I even skipped my entire League Start plan to play the Servant of Arakali with the Spiders, because I really wanted to play the Spiders. We made a build using the Spiders. Turns out, once you get to the Uber Lab with that build, the Spiders kind of loses its values, and you have to go into the aspect of the Spider instead. And at that point, I was like, okay, time for the next project. Did my Puppeteer version, and then I could finally play my Paladin. And we brought that from campaign leveling, which is a rough patch because leveling is a goddamn duelist. And then once you do the transition, it just flew through the campaign. It flew through the endgame maps as well, moved into medium budget, had a lot of fun. Played it into high budget as well, which is the last state of my character before I went over to PoE 2 again. So now I'm back in PoE 2, and what I want to do is I want to play along a little bit more with the Ostrex Gemlin Legionnaire build, having a lot of fun with that one. And then what I'm going to do is I plan on going through the campaign with minion builds as a play along, play with me kind of thing. We do this in PoE 1. You've seen that on this channel in the past as well, where I basically do a full upload of the entire campaign playthrough so that people who play those builds, minion builds specifically in this case, can follow along the video of what I'm doing when I'm leveling, so that you can have a smooth leveling experience during the campaign, leveling with minions. Now, sadly, minions aren't the fastest compared to, apparently the warrior, who was the fastest at leveling in the last race, which is kind of surprising to see, but it is very fun. So I'm going to make sure we do that. And then we'll see if we do some other projects. I've been thinking about going back to solo self on hardcore and maybe setting a goal for myself to kill the Arbiter or something like that. So we'll see how we progress, but that's why I'm back in PoE 2. I've been having an itch to go back to PoE 2, and I'm not talking about my new tattoos. I'm talking about actually the itch to play in the game. But that's about it. I don't want to sit there and rant too much. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more content, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Till then, as always, stay safe, keep rocking.